Hey everyone, finally, the day is here. The first round of official voting on the $1.9 trillion stimulus package containing the $1,400 stimulus checks will be taking place today. Yes, this is not an error. You're hearing this accurately. Finally, it has been a long time coming, but the House of Representatives will finally be voting on this package today. Let's get right into this and talk you through all of this. What does all this mean? Where do we go from here? And what can we expect out of today's vote? But hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. It's great to see you once again. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so, please consider hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you in advance. I really do appreciate it. So like I said, today, finally, this has been a really long time coming, but the House of Representatives is going to be voting on the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. This is good. Wow. I mean, this is like the first hurdle. Like I said the other day in my video, I said, hey, this is the first hurdle. After this, we go on to the Senate, and then I'll talk about more of that here in just a second. So the Senate will be convening to hold this floor vote on the $1.9 trillion. However, last night, if you didn't happen to catch my video, let me recap on this for just a second. So all throughout this week, I've been talking about the Senate parliamentarian. We've been waiting for this ruling out of this person to determine if the $15 per hour minimum wage can actually be added into the $1.9 trillion package, if it's consistent with the rules that they have in place to pass it through with budget reconciliation. Well, late yesterday evening, we got the ruling out of the Senate parliamentarian, and she said it's a no-go. The $15 per hour minimum wage cannot be included in the $1.9 trillion stimulus package in accordance with the rules that they have in place. Shortly after that, Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders both tweeted showing their disappointment for the ruling, and they vowed that they would continue to push on for the $15 per hour minimum wage. However, Nancy Pelosi, in her tweet, did say that we're going to pass the package in its current state. Okay, that's good, fine, but that means when it goes over to the Senate will need to amend the bill because it cannot be passed through the Senate with the $15 per hour minimum wage within it. Does that make sense? So, it's fine if they pass it through and send it off to the Senate, but then we just need to have this amendment. Well, that's totally fine if they have this amendment. If the Senate offers the amendment and they pass it through, fine. The only problem with that is, it's not really a problem. It just prolongs the process potentially a little bit more. And what happens then is the package, or the bill, I should say, I shouldn't call it a package anymore, it's a bill. The bill then goes back to the House of Representatives where they will need to repass it once again with the new amendments to the bill. So, they'll have to do that. And again, it could extend the process maybe a couple more days, depending on how long this thing takes to push through the Senate. We have no clue, right? But the plan is to get it passed through the House today, which we're expecting. When the House votes on this thing, we're expecting no problem, it'll pass. That shouldn't be any surprise later today when we get headlines saying, yep, it passed the House of Representatives. It shouldn't really be a huge surprise. We're expecting it to pass. Then it moves on to the Senate. So we're expecting next week to basically be all about the Senate. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of kicking and screaming. There's probably going to be a lot of arguments. There's going to be a lot of back and forth on this thing. But next week should be kind of a big week. It'll be an influential week when it comes to this stimulus package. So next week will certainly be very interesting. I'll definitely be watching it very closely. But that's what we can expect. So, and then hopefully they can get it passed relatively early in the week. I don't really have much faith in them, simply because they seem to be professionals at wasting time. I imagine by the end of the week, they'll probably be trying to figure out how to vote on the thing. But that's kind of what we're expecting. And then it'll go back to the House to be repassed. So that's just kind of the timeline. Now here we are. Okay, so this is good. We're finally hammering this thing out, right? We're finally getting some progress on this thing and some details. I can't believe it's taken this long. This is ridiculous, right? But considering it's taken so long, maybe some of us have forgotten, what's even in this bill. Many of us know, yeah, okay, we got the $1,400 stimulus checks. So let me give you just a really quick recap and just really briefly talk about what's in this bill, because I get it. it's been a long time since we talked about this thing, since it was originally proposed. What was that, a month and a half ago or something? So anyway, let me run through really quickly what is in this and what is in it for the American people. I'm not going to tell you about all the state and local government and stuff like that. I mean, that doesn't pertain to the people. Let's talk about what's in it here for the people. So $1,400 stimulus checks. Everybody knows this, right? $1,400 for adults, $1,400 for dependents, including adult dependents. It's $1,400 across the board for everybody. The earning income limit for to be eligible for this for an individual is $75,000 up to $100,000, and there's a strict cutoff at $100,000. If you earn over $100,000, you cannot get it. It just goes to zero. Same thing with couples. $150,000, there's the phase out from $150,000 to $200,000. Anything over $200,000 of AGI, adjusted gross income, you are not eligible for anything. They will be using your last filed tax return in order to determine your eligibility. For those of you receiving Social Security benefits, including retirement disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, supplemental security income, VA, and RRB, for the most part, you should be good to go. You shouldn't need to do anything to claim your $1,400 stimulus check. This is the same thing with the first two stimulus checks. You shouldn't have had to do anything to claim it. You should automatically get it. And the reason for that is the Social Security Administration will automatically send your information to the IRS, and then they will process your payment. So the same goes for those of you who have representative payees. You know, you're included. Basically, everybody across the board, you're pretty much included. There are a few exceptions to the rule. Of course, I don't know your exact situation, but for the most part, I would say like 95% of you are fine. So I wanted to clear that up because there's a lot of questions on that. So that's in there. What else is in there? There's the extension of unemployment benefits. So extending unemployment benefits all the way out until the end of August. August 29th would be the new expiration on unemployment benefits. There would also be the increased federal boost on unemployment benefits of starting in mid-March, which is March 15th. It would start at $400 per week from the Fed, and that would continue all the way through the expiration, which is August 29th. So again, if you're receiving those unemployment benefits, right now you're getting the $300 per week boost from the Fed. It's actually going to be bumped up to $400 and extended out till the end of August. So that's in there. There's the child tax credit. This is in here too. I think a lot of people forget about this one. And this is for families that have incomes under certain thresholds. For every child you have under the age 6, you could get up to $3,600 per year. And for every child you have between age 6 through 17, you could get an additional $3,000 per year for each child. So again, this is in here, and I made a couple videos talking about this. There's a dedicated video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago if you want to check that out for more information, but that's in here as well. There's rental assistance. There's $29 billion allocated for rental assistance, utility assistance, and assistance for those individuals with a mortgage, helping you maybe pay like your property taxes, things like that. And there's some there's additional money in here for nutrition assistance. So for those of you who are receiving SNAP benefits, the plan is to extend out the 15% boost on SNAP benefits from the current expiration of the end of June right now out until the end of September 30th. So that's in there as well. There's funding in there to expand the WIC program, Women, Infant, Children. So there's a lot of things in here for the people, but at the same time, there's a lot of things in here that's not for the people, right? I actually added everything up, all of the price tags for everything that is allocated for the people. There's roughly $707 billion in here for the people in the form of checks, like stimulus checks, unemployment, nutrition assistance, rental assistance. Basically everything I just named comes out to about $707 billion. Meanwhile, the other $1.2 trillion apparently just goes missing. I don't know, just saying. Anyway, I added up the numbers because I wanted to know what are the actual numbers, and that's what we're looking at. So pretty interesting how that works. So anyway, we can expect more information out of the House today after they vote on this thing. I would expect a pass. If it doesn't pass, we have some major problems. If it can't pass the House, that is overwhelmingly, well, not overwhelmingly, but it's controlled by the Democrats by a little margin. If it can't pass the House, we have some serious problems on this thing. So just be aware. You'll probably see headlines later, and I'll be back later again as well to update you once again, to keep you posted with everything going on, because I just wanted to let you know what is going on. But don't be surprised if you see some headlines flashing across later, or maybe some other YouTube videos or whatever, just saying, hey, it passed. That does not mean the checks are approved yet. It simply just means that the House has passed it, and now it needs to move on to the Senate. So just because it has the passed on the bill does not mean that the checks are coming out tomorrow. That's not how it's going to be. We're still out a few weeks on the checks. I know it's incredibly annoying. I know it's a struggle right now. I know everybody needs relief. Trust me, I wish I had the authority to do something about this and to expedite the process and to do something to get these checks sent out more quickly. Trust me, I wish I had that authority, but unfortunately, I don't. The government doesn't care about me. Congress doesn't care about me. The president doesn't care about me. That's just how it is. But I wish I could do something. I wish I could push a magic button and be like, doink, send out checks, right? Wouldn't that be great? I already have all of your information, all of your direct deposit information, your addresses, your names, everything like that, and I just go, doink, and then the check just instantly arrives in your hand. Unfortunately, that's not really how it works quite yet, but you never know. Maybe someday. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick update. As my commitment to you, I'm back every day. Even on days when there's a little bit of slow news going on or there's not much to talk about, hey, I still show up because you know what? That's my commitment to you. And I just want to show you, like, hey, no matter what's going on, I'm still going to be here for you every single day to be on your team and just be your advocate for, 5, 6, 10 minutes a day, just saying, hey, I'm still here. I'm still on your team. I'm still watching out for you. I'm still looking over your shoulder, and I'm doing whatever I can to keep you updated. And anyway, that's just what I want to do for you. So anyway, we'll continue watching this. I'll be back later today with that next update. And we'll be looking for that pass. So, wow. Hopefully the Senate is getting prepared right now to accept this thing, and that they can just start working on it immediately so that we can get some voting going on early in the week, next week. Either way, I'll catch you again later. Thanks, everybody. Make sure to share the video with your friends, family, social media. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so. And check out any of my nearly 900 videos here on the channel. A lot of videos out there. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. I'll catch you later. I'll see you later. See ya.